Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Em, and today we are going to talk about all the books that I am really excited that are coming out. All the books that I'm excited about. The 2024 releases that I am most highly anticipating, or my most highly anticipated releases for 2024. There we go. Today we're here to talk about my most highly anticipated releases for 2024. All right, a good chunk of these are continuation in a series. I have a video already for series that I have DNF'd. I have a video for a series that I'm excited to continue with for 2024. There is a lot of series on here, but I don't think I talked about most of them in the series I'm continuing with video. And don't ask me why. It's just, I was trying to keep there to, I was trying to make there be as little overlap as possible in the titles that I was going to talk about. And since I primarily read series, I don't read standalones very often, so it took a little wiggling. I think there's only maybe 3 repeats. These are not in order of release, so sorry. I am not organized enough to do that. I am also not going to do synopses for these books because I personally find it boring when booktubers read synopses for books in their videos. If I want to know what a book is about, I can Google it, and I would prefer to Google it than listen to somebody read it to me. So I'm just going to tell you what the book is, who the author is, what the series is, if it's part of a series, and what the date is that it's coming out. And then I'll either do like a very brief description of the series, but I'm not going to be reading synopses. I don't have time for that. You also don't want to listen to me read synopses. But diving in, the first one that I'm going to talk about actually does come out in January. Good for me. And it is A Ruse of Shadows by Sherry Thomas. This comes out January 25th. If you're later looking and a date I have said is wrong, it's just the date that it was at the time that I looked it up. Sometimes it has changed. We know how publishing works. But anyways, this is book whatever in the Lady Sherlock series. This is a historical mystery series that is a gender-swapped Sherlock Holmes retelling. And so we have Charlotte, who is our Sherlock, and then Mrs. Watson is our Dr. Watson character. And this is an absolutely delightful mystery series. It is one of my absolute favorites. I look forward to these books coming out. I love them on audio. I always buy a physical copy, but I don't know why, because I just listen to it on audio because Kate Redding reads this series and she is the perfect voice for Charlotte. And there is the most delicious slow burn romance in this series. I would throw myself on a sword for Ash and Charlotte. I love it so much. It's so good. If you like a cozy-ish historical mystery series, like if you're a Veronica Speedwell fan and you have not read Lady Sherlock, I mean, you need to do something about that. I will say, I think this series has a little bit of a higher barrier to entry than Veronica Speedwell. Sherry Thomas's mysteries are sometimes a little bit more complicated than they need to be, and they don't always make sense, but her character work is so good, and the cast of characters in this series is delightful. I love the full cast. I love when she brings everyone together, and it's my favorite. Nope, it's my favorite. So I'm really excited for the next book to come out. The next book I'm really excited for is The Feastmakers by H.A. Clark. This comes out March 26th. This is the 3rd installment in, I don't know what the series is called. Book 1 is called The Scapegracers. And this is the 3rd book. Did I say when it comes out? It comes out March 26th. This video is already a little chaotic. And this is a YA contemporary witchy series. I haven't seen The Craft, like the 90s movie, but I have said since the beginning that this series is what I imagine The Craft is like. I have no idea if that's accurate, but that's what I think. The next book on my list is A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping by Sangu Mandana. This comes out January 2nd. I mean, I don't know. I feel like everybody knows about what's it called? Oh no. The Secret Society of Irregular Witches? Is that what it's called? Anyways, I feel like if you don't know about that book, you weren't online at all last year, which if you weren't, like, good for you. That is amazing. This is another book by that same author. I don't know if they're connected. I don't know what the plot is. I just know the cover is real cute, and I loved Irregular Witches, and I love Sangu Mandana's Middle Grade, and so I'm just so excited that she has another book coming out. Next one on my list is Mislaid in Parts Unknown by Seanan McGuire. This comes out January 2nd and is the next installment in the Wayward Children series. This one has dinosaurs. I'm so excited for the dinosaur book. I can't wait. It's going to probably break my heart, but I'm going to love every single minute of it. And my January reading is already going to be, I already know it's going to be super chaotic, but like, should I add to the chaos and reread the whole series before I read the dinosaur book? Could be a good time. I don't know if it's feasible because January is already a very crowded bookish month. I'm gonna have to make some tough choices, but it'll be okay. Okay, and then this one does not have a release date. It doesn't have a cover. It might not be coming out at all. I don't know, but we have a title, which I feel like is a good sign. But it is Ardent, Violet, and the Infinite Eye by Alex White. Alex White is one of my favorite sci-fi authors. Their Salvager series is one of my favorite series of all time, and I was really sad that we did not get a continuation of this series this year, but fingers crossed we will get it next year. And this is a space opera series with music. The first book is August Kitco and the Super Mechas from Space. It's a very pink cover, and it was, again, such a rompy, fun adventure with a lot of heart, which is what I feel like Alex White does best. And I just, fingers crossed, we get another Alex White book this year because I just love them so much. This one has an asterisk by it because if you watched my series on DNFing, then you'll know that I am soft DNFing this series, but I still want to acknowledge that this book is coming out, and that is A Grave Robbery by Deanna Raybourn. This comes out March 12th. It is, again, the continuation in the Veronica Speedwell series, but I am soft DNFing the Veronica Speedwell series, which I talked more in depth about in that particular video. So again, if you want to check that out, I'll link it down below. You can hear me be embarrassed and ramble on about it, but I love the cover. It's such a good cover. So I'm aware that it is existing in the world. I will probably not pre-order it. I might not even read it this year, but it is there. It will exist in the world. The next one, another continuation in a series, is Speculations in Sin by Jennifer Ashley. This comes out March 5th, and this is the next book in the Upstairs Downstairs mystery series. I think that's the official series. I call it the Cat Holloway mystery series. I don't know what the actual name is. This is another cozy-ish historical mystery series about a cook named Cat who ends up solving mysteries with the help of the other people in service in her life. It's a really fun series. I like it so much. It's another one that's got a really delicious slow burn romance. I am totally invested in Kat and Daniel and where their romance is going. And this is another one that I almost exclusively listen to on audio because I can't remember who the narrator is, but I think she does a phenomenal job with this whole series. So again, if you're looking for a long-running historical mystery series as an alternative to, or in addition to Veronica Speedwell, like check out the Cat Holloway books. Jennifer Ashley, like Sherry Thomas, is a romance author, and just, I feel like romance authors, they do the mystery slow burn romances so well. Next book is The Angel of Indian Lake by Stephen Graham Jones. This comes out March 26th. This is the conclusion to the Indian Lake trilogy following our beloved Jade Daniels. I am so excited to see where the series goes. This is a slasher, so yeah, it's a fun, bloody time. And I like Stephen Graham Jones is the reason I know that I now love slashers. I never would have realized that if I hadn't read My Heart is a Chainsaw this year. So I'm really excited to see how he wraps everything up and just to see what happens in this book, because we had a time jump in between My Heart is a Chainsaw and Don't Fear the Reaper. And so I am so interested to see if we have a time jump again, where everybody is, what's gonna I'm so invested. This is a much later in the year, but I am really looking forward to Sword Crossed by Freya Marsk, which isn't coming out until October 10th. Freya Marsk wrote A Marvelous Light and A Relentless Truth and A Power Unbound. I can't remember what the series is called, but I adore A Marvelous Light with my whole heart, and I think this is more fantasy romance. Like A Marvelous Light is like historical romance with just a little bit of fantasy thrown on top, and I think this is going to be more fantasy. I think this is actually pirate fantasy, so it's gonna be a good time. Oh, this one, okay, I am so excited for this one. This is The Bride Bet by Tessa Dare. This comes out January 15th. This is the long awaited final book in the Girl Meets Duke series. This is historical romance, and I have been waiting for this book literally for years. This was supposed to come out 3 years ago, 2 years ago. I don't know, a long time ago, but I think Tessa Dare has had some health issues, and so has had to take a break from writing, which I totally understand. I hope she's doing better. I really just want the best for Tessa Dare, but I am so excited to possibly finally have this book in my hands. I have been looking forward to Nicola's story. Is that her name, Nicola? I'm really hoping that this book coming out like springboards me into being obsessed with romance again, specifically historical romance again, because I've really moved away from that this past year, and I'd like it to come back. All right, and then this list is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Django Wexler has a new book coming out May 21st, and it is called How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. I love the title. No notes. Title's amazing. I love the cover. It just, doesn't this just look like it is going to be so much fun? It just looks like it's going to be a good time, and I am here for a good time. And then of course we have Mirrored Heavens by Rebecca Roanhorse. This comes out June 4th. This is the final book in the Black Sun series. I don't know what it's actually called. We have also been waiting for this book for a while. I am obsessed with this cover. I think this is stunning. I was really disappointed with the cover for book 2. Like, I thought Black Sun had a stunning cover. I thought Fevered Star was just kind of it didn't really do anything for me, but this one. And then these are hopeful. I don't know that these are actually coming out. Fingers crossed we are going to get another installment in Amari and the Night Brothers, which is a middle grade series by B.B. Alston. And then fingers crossed we are going to get the 4th book in the Morgan Crow series by Jessica Townsend. I have no confirmation that these two things are actually going to happen. I don't even know if we have covers. I've seen the UK cover for Morgan Crow, but I haven't seen the US cover yet. And so I just don't know if we're actually getting these, but I would love to have the next books in these series. This one, I'm going to be honest, I don't know a dang thing about it. I don't know what it's about. I haven't looked at the synopsis. I don't care. I'm going to read it no matter what. And it's The Dead Cattail Assassins by P. Jelly Clark, which comes out April 23rd. I have read all of P. Jelly Clark's books, and I just read them when they come out. I don't care what the plot is. I'm going to read it. And also this cover is so good. So yeah, doesn't matter. I'm just going to read it. The next one is The Imposition of Unnecessary Obstacles by Malka Older. This comes out February 13th. And this is the next book in the series that starts with The Mimicking of Known Successes, which is a Sherlock Holmesian style murder mystery set on Jupiter. And it's sapphic, and I really liked book 1. And I am excited to read book 2, and these are novellas, which is just perfect. And then we have 2 left. We have The Truth of the Aleke by Moses Osei. I can't read my writing. It's this author. It's this cover. This comes out March 5th, and I really liked his debut. And I thought the writing was great. World building was well done. Pacing was perfect. And I am very invested in following his career and seeing what like every book he publishes is going to be like, basically. I don't own the first book, but I mean, I think I'm going to have to rectify that because I would really like to reread it before I read the next book in the series. And then the final book on this list, it was a choice to put this book last, is Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle. This comes out July 9th. This is horror. I really liked Camp Damascus, which came out this year in the summer. And then this one comes out right before my birthday in 2024. And I'm real excited. I super dig the cover. It takes place in Hollywood. I think it's a slasher. I think it'll be fun. So anyways, those are not all, but most of the titles I am highly anticipating for 2024. If you have made it to the end of this video, I would love to hear what some of your highly anticipated books for this next year are going to be, if we have any in common. If you want to leave a comment but you don't have anything to say, let's do a check mark emoji. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye.